I'm Andrew.
I'm Melissa.
This is 12 Days of Vlogmas. Now on to the video.
Cheers.
This is Braggin's Adventures. Hey everybody, I'm going to take you around San Francisco to find some of our recommended dining spots. I'm going to start down in Union Square and kind of work counterclockwise around San Francisco for you. This will cover a variety of meal periods as well. We're going to start at the Pinecrest Diner in Union Square, and I'm going to recommend this place for breakfast. The price is right, I gotta tell you. It's cheap, good food. And it is also the absolute best piece of sourdough toast I have ever had in my entire life. And that is big praise. Definitely check this out if you're down in Union Square. I hear they have good lunch and dinner, but I can't speak to that. I'll definitely let you know though, their breakfast is absolutely where it's at. If you're looking for cheap eats in San Francisco, I'm gonna say Pinecrest Diner qualifies. Up next in Union Square, if you're looking for something a little quicker, go to Sutter Street Cafe. It's hard to find. It's located in a parking garage. It's a little hole in the wall. It feeds the medical building that it's attached to, so it's only open Monday through Friday when the medical building is also open. So if you're there on a weekend, you're not going to get a chance to try this place out. But also very cost effective, and it's hard to find cheap eats in San Francisco, but we did try our best. They're good little breakfast sandwiches. Is it gourmet food? Absolutely not. Is it fresh made to order food that doesn't cost you a fortune? Absolutely. I recommend, because there is only one table inside, that you take it to the nearby park and just grab a seat and enjoy it outdoors. It's definitely good eats, guys. Check it out. Up next, we're gonna get a little pricier for a fancier dinner at Corsetti. This is located in the Hotel G in Union Square, actually right catty corner from the first place we recommended, the Pinecrest. This is a fairly authentic, higher-end Italian restaurant. It's not horribly priced, but it's not going to be $6 a person. The drinks are generous, the food is delicious. It's not Olive Garden, guys. You're not going to be getting bland marinara sauce over some dry spaghetti noodles. This is authentic Italian cuisine. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking for that high-end kind of evening, or even a date night, or if you got a good group of friends that wants to go have some drinks and some nice bites to eat. All right, we're going to head over to Chinatown for my number one recommendation over there, and that's to grab something over at the AA Bakery. There are a ton of Chinese bakeries in Chinatown, obviously. This one is the absolute best. And while it might be one of the more popular ones that you're going to find, because you've seen them on YouTube videos like this, they still maintain their quality and their low prices. Some of the delicious baked goods were under $2. And I gotta tell you, the food quality there, the taste, the flavor profiles was absolutely amazing. I highly recommend checking out AA Bakery in Chinatown. Alright guys, let's head up to Little Italy, right there next to Chinatown. This is North Beach, San Francisco, and we're gonna start at Molinari Delicatessen. This place was amazing. Just know that if you're there remotely close to a mealtime, plan on waiting at least an hour to up to 2 hours to get your food. Now, it's also a store, and if you're not going to wait for one of their deli sandwiches, you can absolutely, they have an express line if you're just buying product from the store. But if you're getting one of the sandwiches, which I highly recommend you do, plan on that long wait. Don't go starving, don't wait till the last second to go. Sandwiches are delicious. Pricing, I think there's value here. It's not going to be the cheapest meal that you eat in San Francisco, but it's certainly not the most expensive. And the quality of ingredients and the handmade to order sandwiches is unparalleled. All right, guys, we're going to head up to Golden Boy Pizza in Little Italy. I think this is probably the cheapest slice of pizza you're going to find in San Francisco, and I do think that there's value when you compare the price to the size. You're going to get a slice of cheese for $3.50. and then you just add 50 cents to 75 cents to get some of their gourmet topped pizzas. These are square slices, okay? We ended up grabbing two. We grabbed a pepperoni, and then we grabbed a cheese, and we took it up to Washington Square Park because we also grabbed a slice at the Slice House. We wanted to compare the two. These are two of the more popular places to grab a slice of pizza here in Little Italy, San Francisco. And even though we had just eaten Molinari's Delicatessen and we were pretty full, all the walking we did all the way from Union Square through Chinatown, all the way up to Little Italy, we were ready for another bite to eat. Now, I can't tell you, mainly because my brain doesn't remember how much the pizza was at the Slice House. I know it was more than it was at Golden Boy, but it's a much bigger slice and a very different style slice of pizza. Alright guys, we're going to head over to the Embarcadero, and this is going to cover basically everything from the ferry building until you get to Pier 39. Speaking of the ferry building, one place I highly recommend checking out is the Hog Island Oyster Company. Just know that because they have that outdoor seating on the water and really good food, you can end up waiting quite a long time to go dine here, especially if you're anywhere near a meal time. They had great drinks, adult beverages, and the food was absolutely delicious. Now, this is not a cheap eat, guys. It's not terribly priced for what it is. I mean, you're getting fresh seafood right there on the water, but there are much cheaper places to get fresh seafood in San Francisco. You're paying for the atmosphere and the name here, but it is good food. Up just a little bit of ways in one of the other buildings is a place called the Louisiana Po' Boy Cafe. We didn't actually eat here. I'm recommending it because they have specials every day, and they had $5 whiskey shots. So Alyssa and I ran inside the Louisiana Po' Boy Cafe and grabbed a $5 shot of Jameson before getting on the boat to Alcatraz, which their pier is right next door to this place. We want to go try it. If you've tried it before, let us know in the comments below what you thought. Alright, we're going to continue down to Pier 39. This is like the tourist spot to hang out in San Francisco. We're going to start with a breakfast at the Eagle Cafe. Guys, this food is seriously super tasty. Really well done. However, you're at Pier 39, so you are now paying tourist prices for food that is going to be cheaper pretty much anywhere else. You know what though? The potatoes were well seasoned, the eggs were cooked properly, and that sourdough toast was tasty. Just know, anywhere at Pier 39, you're probably going to end up paying those tourist prices. We decided to grab one more bite to eat while at Pier 39 and hit up Chowder's. Now this is exactly what it says. It's a chowder house. You're going here because you like sourdough bread bowls and you like clam chowder. It's a cute little place that does have indoor dining, but we opted to take it outside because, you know, we dig the people watching. But it's $13 for a bread bowl full of chowder. It was pretty tasty. You're gonna have to go back and watch our sourdough bread bowl chowder bowl comparison video from a couple days ago to see if we prefer this one or one of the next ones I'm going to take you to. But without comparing the two, it's a tasty bowl of chowder. You'll be happy with it for sure. I do wish that they offered more than just the bottled beer because I kind of want a mixed drink when I'm having the chowder. That being said though, it's still a tasty bowl of chowder. We're going to continue up the pier area for a bit to head over to Fisherman's Wharf, another popular touristy area. And we're going to go into Sabella and La Tour, but not actually into their restaurant. We're going to eat at their little booth outside. I think it's cheaper than dining indoors, and it's certainly a lot quicker. We grabbed this delicious lobster roll. I had a craving, and I satisfied that craving. It's not cheap eats for sure. I think the lobster roll was $25 or something like that, plus the cost of the beer. But you know what? We had just walked at this point all the way from Chinatown down to Fisherman's Wharf. I was starving, and this hit every possible spot it needed to. Right next door, just a bit, is the Boudin Bakery, the famous Boudin Bakery. And you know we had to go in and try a sourdough bread bowl and see if it lives up. I like Boudin bread. It's not the, I mean, I don't go out of my way to get it when I'm back home. But in San Francisco, getting it fresh from the actual bakery right there, it just literally came off the line. It's pretty darn good, guys. Like I said, go watch our comparison video if you want to know if we like this one or the one at Chowder's better. But the chowder here was good. The bread's obviously delicious because it's Boudin bread. That's what they're known for, and it'd be pretty sad if it wasn't good. You're also, it's massive, so you can eat either indoors or outdoors, and if you're eating outdoors, you've got a beautiful view of the ocean, and it's a lot quieter outside. You're actually behind the building, so you literally have oceanfront dining out there. But they have a massive 2-story dining room and a bar and all kinds of cool stuff in there. You should definitely check it out at least once. I'll probably go back. It was good. I'd go back, but I don't think I would go out of my way. I would need to already be down at the wharf area to hit this up. Now we're going to leave the wharf ever so slightly and walk just a few blocks over to a place called Ghirardelli Square. This is kind of a shopping, dining, outdoor, vibing kind of place. We're going to go over there specifically, though, for San Francisco Brewing Company. I'd heard really good things about their beer, so I wanted to make sure I went over and tried it for you guys. Only for you guys, never for myself. You know what? They live up to it. Their beers are pretty tasty. We grabbed a couple of appetizers, just real quick, something to tide us over because we've been walking around all day, right? I would make the special trip over here for this. If you happen to be down near the wharf area, I would go over to Ghirardelli Square just to get another flight of these beers. They did appear to have a whole bar inside as well, so I think you can also get some mixed drinks in there. But their beers are where it's at. Super tasty. That sour in particular was yummy. Just next door is the Buena Vista. I'm going to count it as part of Ghirardelli Square, even though technically I don't believe it is. The Buena Vista, though, is the place that is allegedly known as the creator of the Irish coffee. If you know me and you know Alyssa, you know we're both Irish, and if you know Alyssa, you know she has coffee every single day of her life. So we had to step in and find the originator of the Irish coffee. And you know what? I don't really care if they did originate it. They definitely make the best one I've ever had. It's basically their coffee blend. They do it, and then obviously you saw Irish whiskey and then a cream. You know what? It's really good, and I'm not a coffee guy. We all know that, but I would drink this again. Absolutely delicious, especially after walking around all day. It was nice to just sit and enjoy that beverage. I would go here. If you like coffee, or if you like whiskey, or if you just like that bar experience or getting the history of something, head over here. They do have an interesting pamphlet you can read about the history of it, and it's pretty good. All right, we're going to cross San Francisco all the way over to Golden Gate Park area to a place called the Pineapple King Bakery. This place is cash only, just keep that in mind, and their line can get very long. It's a window. You can't go inside, or you walk up to a window on the street. But their baked goods were delightful. I just got a little variety. There was one or two things that I thought were a little weird tasting, but that's more of a cultural thing. I don't do that kind of stuff, I guess. But the stuff I loved, I absolutely loved. I would make a special trip over to get Pineapple King again. Absolutely. Just down the street from Pineapple King, we headed to Blackthorn. This is just a little cool local sports bar. I'm fairly confident we were the only tourists in there, and that made it kind of cool because I didn't feel like a tourist in there, if that makes sense. It's a good spot, good service, generous pours on the drinks. Not terribly cheap drinks, but not horribly expensive drinks. Not the most I've ever spent on alcohol in San Francisco for sure. And then right up the street is Santung. We went here for dinner. This place is family style. It is very, very crowded with a very small dining room, so you may have to wait outside for a while. Just, put your name in and then find out how long the wait's going to be. Maybe you can go over to Blackthorn and get a beer or something while you're waiting. Is it worth the wait? I was pretty hungry by this point in the day, so I'm gonna say yes. Do I think I would wait that amount of time to eat this particular food again? I'm also gonna say yes. It was pretty good food. The sticky wings in particular were some of the best Chinese food I've ever had. Again, it is family style. It's not terribly expensive. if you have a large group that you're splitting it all with. Could 2 of you go and eat here? Probably not. That's going to make a very expensive meal and you're going to have a lot of leftovers to take home. But it is definitely delicious. We're going to head over to the very south end of the Mission District to a place called Basa Seafood Express. This is a little it's kind of like a seafood deli, for lack of a better word. But they are still honoring COVID protocols, so you cannot dine in. You need to take it elsewhere, and there's nowhere outside to eat. So plan on locating a nearby park or taking it back to your hotel room. But we grabbed a couple things to eat. I had heard about this place. I wanted to check it out. So we got ourselves a little shrimp cocktail, which was a little liquidy for what I'm used to, but it was good. And then we got the salmon poke there. Absolutely delicious. Heading just down the street to the Portola District, we're going to go to the Hawaiian Drive-In, and no, that's not a spelling error. That is how they spell it. There are several locations, but most of them are bought off by other parties. This one is still owned by the original owner. And why did we go here? Well, we grabbed spam musubi, but we really went here because Alyssa had heard great things about the Simon, and I wanted to try the famous $3.75 cheeseburger in San Francisco. This is the absolute cheapest cheeseburger you're going to find in San Francisco, and it's pretty tasty. It's not a big, double from In-N-Out or anything like that. It's like the kind that you grill at your home, and with the ingredients you would be using, that cheese that you peel out of the plastic, and then the bag of 20 buns that you got at the grocery store without sesame seeds. They're very inexpensive ingredients, but the burger is cooked right. Alyssa loved the Simon, and obviously we both absolutely loved the delicious spam musubis. Alright guys, that's going to do it for our food tour around San Francisco. These are the places we recommend. There's obviously tons of places you can dine in San Francisco, but these are ones we think you should check out. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye! Hey everybody, Andrew from Braggins Adventures, and I wanted to take a quick moment to remind you to make sure you click subscribe and ring that notification bell. Why? Because we're giving out a $50 gift card to one lucky subscriber for Amazon.com. Now, to make this contest happen, we have to hit 400 subscribers by January 5th. So make sure you tell your friends to come on over and click that subscribe button.